Oh my God, that was really hard. Um, I'm back from my 5 day at home self styled uh, Vipassana meditation, and I wanted to share what my experience was like. Um, and yeah, so the video has a little bit of a structure. I'm just going to talk about a little bit about what Vipassana is, and then what the 5 days was like, what my experience every day was, and then what I found surprising and what didn't surprise me, and some of my insights from sitting in silence for 5 days. So, Vipassana is an ancient Indian tradition of giving up all stimulants, really. Like, it's more than that. You're not allowed to read, write, sing, draw, do any vigorous exercise. You sit in meditation for over 10 hours, and the rest of the time you sleep or you have a break. There's no talking and no interaction with other human beings. I got into the 10-day Vipassana here, but I couldn't go because of my little puppy. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll try and do a shorter version at home. So, what was it like? Um, day one. Day one was all about the physical discomfort. Oh my God, my body hurt. I'm actually sitting on the cushion that I spent most of my time in meditation. And it was very uncomfortable. At first, I tried, feet on the floor, more like a chair position, and then actually find sitting up with a straight back much more kind of easier to concentrate, easier to focus. I would do a body scan, a very, very progressive body scan, or focus on my breaths. So 6 breaths in, 6 breaths out, using my belly. That was what I was doing. It was so uncomfortable. I felt everything freeze up, my body tightened up. It was a ride. That was day one. But then after a while, when you sit with the discomfort, something magical happens. And essentially, your body separates from you. You feel like you don't even feel your body anymore. It's not even there. There's like this intense awareness and pain, and not pain, but awareness. Like I could feel an ant crawling across my face, but I didn't want to do anything about it. Except mosquitoes, they were the exception. I did something about that. Um, and yeah, the the body just separated itself. And to be honest with you, from day two, the discomfort disappeared. Like about at a half an hour point, it would start to kick in, and I would notice it. And then the magic happened in the second half an hour. And every hour in the first couple of days, I'd give myself a stretch and set my timer on my watch. That was what I went by. So I'd give myself a little opportunity to move. But after about day two, I found myself sitting for more than an hour without needing to move at all. Day two was really interesting. That's when my mind just madly focused on three things. Two I will share, which was food. So I think because I was making my own food, I wonder if it was different if I was in Vipassana where I was getting food made for me. I would just focus about everything to do with food. What I was going to cook, what I was going to cook for the next 5 years, the different flatbreads I was going to experiment with. The second was about my business and making more videos. This video, I focused so much on what I'm going to say in this video. And then at some point in day two, um, I I became slowly aware of my monkey mind. And this is the part of my mind that was always in the past or in the future. And there was like a wise, quiet part of myself that came into the picture. And then the rest of the days was actually spent in conversation between my quiet, wise mind and my monkey mind. And it was kind of like we were getting to know each other. And my wise mind was pure awareness. Day 3 was tough. I slept badly on day 2, and afternoon sessions are really hard because you've just had lunch and I'm physically exhausted. Who knew that sitting up straight for hours was physically exhausting? And I was obsessed with these spicy peanuts that I could get around the corner from me, and I'm just obsessively thinking about it. But at some point, my wise mind started saying to me, hey, I'm aware that you're thinking about spicy peanuts. Do you want to be thinking about this? Is this serving you? And this question is what I used over and over for the next few days. And honestly, sometimes I would say, yes, let me daydream about my business. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, all right. So I would. But then, I would go on to spicy peanuts. And I would say, no, I don't want to think about spicy peanuts. So let's come back to breath. And so I would come back to breath. Take 3 breaths and then start the body scan again. This was really, really useful, and I'm still using it. But sleep was difficult. Who knew that I could sit up and still fall completely asleep? But because it's uncomfortable and your head starts to fall, I just wake myself up again. What happened in day 4? So day 4 was so much about, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to get out of this jail. What am I going to do when I get out? I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to read. I'm going to write. And I'll tell you what, the number one thing that I loved was actually telling my dog toilet time, because those were the only 2 words that I allowed myself to say. And I really look forward every day to saying toilet time. That I thought was really funny. But day 4, future planning, what am I going to do? Day 5, feeling sad about getting out. I thought, oh no, now I'm going to have all these obligations, and now I'm going to have to do things. What a bizarre ride, our mind is. And when I did manage to get out, and it's been a couple of days now, what I noticed were all these insights. First of all, what was surprising about what I didn't miss? I didn't miss human connection or human interaction. I really thought I would, but I didn't. What didn't surprise me was I didn't miss my phone. I didn't miss text messaging. I didn't miss my laptop. I don't have a TV, so that wasn't a thing. Didn't miss music. Yeah, that was surprising. What I did miss was reading and writing, though I still haven't really done much of that. And doing. I miss doing. I love the freedom of just deciding that I was going to do something, and I missed that, which is a big thing for me. Was in all of this is really about less doing and more being. But even more importantly, if I was going to do things very consciously and not just because. So what I'm going to take away from all of this is a lot of conscious doing. The other thing is I noticed that it's a lot easier to do meditation in the morning and in the evening, but when I really need it is during the day. So this has been a long video, but I hope it's been interesting. I'm curious, what's your meditation experience been like? Have you ever been in silence? Have you been in Vipassana? I know a few of you have, because I talked to you before I structured my schedule. I'd love to hear. And going forward, I'd love to start a movement of starting and ending everything with 3 breaths. So imagine starting every meeting that you have, closing your eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. And then at the end of the meeting, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and then you leave. Encourage you now, right now, if you've watched to the end of this, to take 3 breaths.